Home care or facility? Let's weigh the options. Hi, I'm Debbie Humphrey, owner of Home Helpers of Clearwater. And today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of in-home care and facility care. Everyone is different. Everyone has different personalities and different needs. So that makes a difference when you're choosing in-home care over facility care. In helping to make the determination of the best care, many people are very social. They want to be around a lot of other people. Some people want to be by themselves and they want to be independent. So all of those factors play into where is the best place to be. People often think that when they go into a senior facility that there's 24-hour care. And that all depends on the level of care that you're receiving, the cost of what you're paying, and the staff and the license of that different community. Many times there's not 24/7 care when you're in an assisted living community. I also caution people when they're determining whether they want to move into a senior community that if their loved one has a memory concern, dementia, Alzheimer's, that they consider whether the community has the progression to be able to move into a memory care unit. Many times people will go into an assisted living knowing that there's going to be a decline in the dementia, and then they have to leave that community because they're not the appropriate community. Make the choice when you know that there is a memory care issue. Make that choice the correct one the first time. So the pros of home care would be you're going to get that one-on-one care. You're going to be able to maintain your independence longer, safely in your own home and in your own surroundings. Your meals are going to be prepared the way that you want them in your home with your food and your groceries. You make that choice. And depending on the level of care that you're wanting to achieve, usually the cost of home care is much less than going into a facility. And of course, there are cons of home care. There's limited medical care. You still need to go out to your doctor. There are safety concerns for the time that you're alone when you live in your own home, if there is a safety concern. And then there is the caregiver compatibility of making that right fit and making sure that you're comfortable with the caregiver that's coming into your home. At Home Helpers, we help you choose the right caregiver. We look for a good match between what your needs are and what the caregiver skill levels are. We look for compatibility personality, for the skill that's required, and obviously the geographical area that they live in compared to your home. We can help you with that. Now let's talk about the pros of a senior facility. Socialization is very important. And of course, when you live in a community, you have socialization with other people of your age. Another pro of being in a facility is there are different levels of care. If you need assistance with bathing, that's another level of care. If you need assistance with medications, it's another level of care. If you need assistance with your meals in getting to the dining room, there's that additional level of care. And another pro is structured activities. There is an activity going on in the community every single day. If it's chair exercises, whether it's bingo, whether it's some type of games or craft, there is something there every day for every resident if they choose to engage. And you also need to be mindful of the different levels of care that each community may offer. There are progressions as you progress in aging, and each community is different. And then the cons of a facility. Your continuity of care is very important, and many times you won't have the same aide every day. Each aide has multiple residents that they care for on a day-to-day basis. And when it comes to your meals are what everybody else is getting. You're in a congregate dining, and you will be served what everybody else is served. Another con is it's institutional, and many times you're on the time schedule of that community, whether it's what time you get your bath, what time you take your medications, what time you eat your meals, and when you go to bed each night. There is a schedule to follow. And many times in a community, you don't have as much privacy. And another con to a facility is the medical care. Some facilities have their own doctors on staff. Some have a registered nurse on staff, some don't, and some bring in outside doctors. But most times you're not choosing your own doctor unless you're finding transportation to be able to be taken outside to your own physician. And another con to living in a facility is the cost. Depending on the type of community you choose, of course, there's independent living, there's assisted living, and then there's skilled nursing facilities and memory care. And there's a cost associated with all of them. And each level goes up in price. In comparing the cost of a facility to home care, in many instances, home care can be your less costly alternative. So another thing to know, that if you do choose to go into a senior facility, you can have additional home care come in. We can help you make that transition initially. Could be something for a short period of time. Many times we provide additional care to residents who live in a community. And we do things like transportation, socialization, making sure that you get to the dining room, and just having that familiar face that maybe you already had at home. If you're not sure what your options are, or you need help in making that decision, we're here to help you. Please contact us at homehelpershomecare.com/Clearwater.